Hey, hey, boss team. How's everybody doing out there in the YouTube world today? Welcome back to another video. Today is, of course, a lazy day, as the title does read above. Another lazy day in my t-shirt business. When I say lazy, I don't really mean like lazy, like nothing, absolutely nothing going on. But Um, it's just an easy day, which I love. Today I am getting some artwork ready. I'm working on a variety of things in here in the office today. For those of you guys who are new to the channel, welcome. I'm LaTona Robertson, the Lady Print Boss, and I teach people like you how to boss up in your t-shirt business, and you get to come onto this channel and watch and see what I do in my t-shirt business. Now you guys may see a link over there on your screen. Not a link, but a little rolling, little, doodle there. I am hosting Bosscation again this year. Bosscation 2024 is set to start September 20th for VIPs and September 21st and 22nd for people who just want to come in and take the courses. It's going to be amazing, an amazing time. If you are struggling, if you are looking to learn how to screen print, or if you're having problems with your screen printing process, if you want to learn how to do things other than just the regular old things, and you want to learn how to print fast and efficiently and run your business smoothly without any hiccups, this is definitely one of the classes that you want to take. This class is going to be offered right outside of Dallas in Heath, Texas, which is right by Rockwall, same place that we had it last year. Probably about 10 miles, 20 miles from where we were at last year. And we are going to be in a beautiful estate this year. You guys are going to love it. Not only are we going to have screen printing, sales courses, marketing, advertising, just everything. Working out your processes, streamlining your workflows. We have a special guest that's going to be talking about, y'all, my memory. I got to write this stuff down. Talking about business structure. And so she's going to be talking about business structure, how to structure your business, what's the best structure for you to have. And I think what she may be talking about financing. I'm not sure yet because the details are still being worked out. But anyways, if you're interested in Bosscation, y'all know what to do. Go over to ladyprintboss.com and click on that link there and you will find the classes for Bosscation. I've made it very easy and affordable this year by linking things like Klarna, Afterpay, and all of that stuff. So you can actually take the class as low as $47, $44, something like that a month, and pay it out on payments. The class itself for the 2 days is $497. It is a steal right now, y'all, because this class is normally $795. And so I will leave that special up for a couple of weeks, but it's basically once this course is full, then it's full. So get in while you can. If you're interested in being my VIP guest at Bosscation, then I do have, I think we have two rooms available. VIP right now is $1,097 on early bird special. It is normally $1,200 to $1,400. So if you're interested in VIP is where you get to come and stay in the mansion with me, Lady LPB, and my other boss ladies that are VIP guests. And you get special perks. Get to talk to me one-on-one, have one-on-one sessions. There's a beautiful pool. We're going to have some beautiful food. Y'all know I like to eat. Okay? But it's going to be amazing. So I do invite you guys to join me. Enough about Bosscation, and let's get into the purpose of this video, which there really is no purpose today. Working on this design. So we've got this one. This is going for an event that I'm going to be doing. This one's for another event that I have going on. Well, those two are going to the same event. So just going through my things and getting some stuff done. I've got to do some artwork. Well, the artwork is done, but I just have to create a job proof and send over some stuff for a lady. This is the 3413 T. We're going to do olive green, olive, mauve, gray, and there was a blue, some type of blue. We'll figure it out as we go. So how is everybody doing today? I heard that in t-shirt news, I heard through the grapevine, not through the grapevine, through the email, that Bella Canvas has a new heavy tee. So I gotta order that and check that out, y'all. Now what is this here? Think Beyond Apparel. What is this? Y'all have something new? What is going on over here with y'all? Let's just log up in here and see what is this pop-up here. I'm going to go over to side by side desktop and we're going to see what is this pop-up here. So they have this pop-up here, says Think Beyond Apparel, Grow Your Solutions. We are over on Alpha Brothers website. Oh, okay, so they're just promoting, doing a little pop-up. I'd love to do that on my website. It's a good way to get attention to certain things, but that ain't what we're looking for today. So we are going to go with 3413 T. Let's see. And y'all, I need a actual t-shirt today, so I'm gonna download a couple of images. This is what I love about Alpha Broder, and I'm really hoping that this portion of Alpha Broder does not change. If you guys did not see my video yesterday, I broke the news that Alpha Broder and S&S is merging. A lot of people have mixed comments. Some people prefer S&S Activewear, some people prefer Alpha Broder, and some people just like both of them. And I love Alpha Broder for the resources. I think that the resources are like crazy. For your business, all of the things that you have, the pictures, the images, things like that. S&S's website, their resources could use a little tweaking. So hopefully when they combined, we will have the best of both worlds. Okay. So I often come over here when I need things, and I'm going to highlight these colors that I'm going to use in this design. I'm going to use the olive, the blue, olive, the tri-blend blue, the mauve, and the gray tri-blends. Okay, so I've got three. I've got blue, olive, mauve. I'm missing mauve, and mauve is what I want. So right here, I'm just going to, I always download all checked images, high resolution, and this is what I use to actually create my job proofs with. So I'm going to use these, and let's just save this. We'll save this under 3413 T Mox. That way I know what's in there. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and extract all of them. If you guys have any questions, I'm not going to be on long today. Drop any questions or anything like that that you may have. Feel free to drop that over in the comments. So I'm going to extract all of these and bring these in all at one time. And so what I'm going to do here is I am going to actually just take this stuff off. We'll push that up. We'll push that up. And we have all of these that I'm going to do is put these all on one sheet because this particular lady wants to see all of this stuff together, y'all. So I don't want any problems. We've already had problems. We've had to work things out, so I'm not looking for problems. So all I want to do is get these all organized, nice and neat. Let's align them to the center, and then let's just move them over that way. Well, it doesn't make any difference because that did not do what I needed to do. I need these two right here to be aligned to the top, and then I'll take these two right here and we'll align those two to the top, and that should be good. That should be good right there. Let's take everything and hit Control G and group it, and then we'll bring it back over here. And now let's go here to fit to our page. I'm just going to kind of downsize this a little bit and kind of, you know what? It actually shows y'all. I did not realize it, but looks like I might be able to just put all four of these side by side. I'm trying to save myself from doing a doing multiple designs here. So we've got that, and let's see. So these shirts, one thing that I don't know is I have these taller shirts, and so I do want to see. One thing I do want is some information on these shirts. And let's see here. I want to know about sizing, and it does not tell me anything, so we will just I really want to know what size that is from there to there, so I know what size to make this print. We'll make it 5 inches. Let's see here. So there is the design. Here's our design right here that I already have. I don't have to do anything to it. Let's make it 5 inches. It's going to be even lower than that when I do it. So we got it going on toddlers and youth. Let me think. Actually, okay, so we got it going on toddlers and infants. Let's see here. Where is my chart? I'm looking for my own self chart. Where is it? We'll make that about 6 inches. Infant. So we'll do a 5-inch print. And then we'll do and that 5 inches is not a true 5 inches, so I'm going to crop this because I want it to be a true, when I say true, almost true size, what I want it to be. we gotta take that and flip it back black. Just take it and adjust it and go back to, wait a minute, what happened? What happened? Oh, you don't want to invert. Okay. Sometimes that happens. And then we'll take it and we will be able to invert it now. Okay, so there we go. So we got 5 inches there. And we'll do, I really need to know what size these Bella Canvas shirts are. We'll do 7 inches there. And hopefully that solves our problems on both of those shirts. So we got that done. And then now, all I'm going to do is just copy this. So, I was checking out that new Bella Canvas t-shirt that they have out, which is called the heavy. It's a heavyweight is what they're calling it, I do believe. And I'll go back over to my email and look. But it's a 6-ounce t-shirt, I do believe. Has anybody tried it yet? I do believe it's a 6-ounce shirt. And this we're going to invert back, y'all, because she does not want it in. Oh. Why were you not? I don't know what is going on with this inverting stuff, but okay, so you don't want to do that. Okay, so fine, we'll just take you and we will just replace the color. Matter of fact, we won't even do all of that. We'll just go down here where we brought you in. There we go. And that is huge. So make it 3 inches. Bring it down. And drop it here on the shirt. I'm going to turn on the camera so I can see y'all. Don't want it up too high or too low. It's going to be my way to proof all of these at one time, guys. No time for all that other stuff. Let's take this and put the logo here of what it's going to actually look like. Control G and group it, and then we'll just bring this back up. And here. Okay. Let's change out this print size. And we are going to put, we're going to put 5 inches. We're going to put 5.5 inches. And we're going to put estimated. Because I don't do a lot of taut shirts, y'all, at all. We're going to do a normal print. The ink color is going to be white. Okay, and that is going to be it. Okay. So as I'm doing this, let me get over here and check you guys over here on YouTube today. Like I said, today is a lazy day, y'all. Lazy day. Yes, I'm pretty excited about it because now for me, most of my customers, like the majority of my customers, are getting lightweight shirts. It's a crave out here for lightweight shirts, but you have some people who like thicker shirts, and then I guess it has to also do with like where you are, where you live at in the country. So that could you know, has a lot to do with it. 3413T tri-blends. Let's put in here tri-blends, because this lady here, ooh honey, tell y'all what, I want to make sure. Okay. Just go here and just do that, and that's going to be that. Okay. Mastermind meeting. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna delete that off of there and come over here and talk to y'all. Yeah, so they dropped a 6-ounce shirt. It was actually in my email. I'm gonna try to pull it up, and I think they dropped it like right at the perfect time, because we're about to get ready to go into winter pretty soon. I know y'all are like, girl, it's 100 degrees outside. What are you talking about? But in business, you know, we think 3-4 months ahead. So we getting ready to go into winter and stuff like that. So for me, whenever something new comes out, that's an opportunity for me to say in my business, hey guys, we got some new merch. So anytime you see something new come out, it's something for you to push also. And I'm pretty sure they probably got some stuff over there where they have hold on y'all, they probably have some stuff over here on the website. Bella Canvas heavy. Let's see, is it on here? I don't see it yet. There it is. There it is. It's actually on here. I'll show it to you guys. So they actually do have it on the website. Here it is right here. So I'm over on the Alpha Broder site. He could have taken a better picture. Look, dude, strike. Supposed to strike a pose, at least get a turn or something. You know, just in that shirt. But it's a nice clean base. I think I'll take that picture because that is a nice straight base to. Let's see what other kind of gallery images they have, y'all. Just him. Just him. You're looking for a black boy. Y'all know sometimes we be wanting them shirts when you're looking for that ethnicity, look for somebody of color. They got one in it for you. Okay. It doesn't come in a lot of colors. It doesn't come in a lot of colors, guys. $5.91, a little bit under $6. We'll see what customers will say. I know, so let's see here. Oh, they don't have a blue. They have a navy blue, but they don't have, so we know that in shirts, we know white always sells, but we got a heavyweight. So maybe a heavyweight white for women who don't like bra straps showing, things like that. Let's see how many singles this is. It's 20 singles. It is, so it's not really soft. I prefer 30 singles, but 20 singles is good, you know. Hey, we'll take that because it's thick, you know, it's heirloom cotton. Okay, so let's see here. It is 6 ounces, like I said, has a tearaway label. We'll take that. Streetwear heavy cotton t-shirt, meaning that, hey, you know, it'll fit the so that's what they say. Okay, so drop shoulders for a more relaxed silhouette for a cool on-trend look. Side seams, y'all know I love side seams. Now let me see about these drop shoulders. So the drop shoulders are a little long if you don't know what that is. So like what I have here, these are not drop shoulders. Like these are tight. Drop shoulders are going to be longer. Women who like women's fitted t-shirts don't really like drop shoulders. Like if you try a, let's say for a, like this t-shirt right here, I wouldn't consider that a longer, you know. So, and it's going to fit here and it's not going to drop there, right? You see that bend right there, boom, boom. That's where that is extending over a little bit. Not there, but on that side. So, just a little t-shirt education. So, what y'all think about the colors? Now, on this guy, and we don't know how tall he is. I'm going to get some to try. It's a short tee from the looks of it. Let's see that they put, we would have to do the measurements and see what the measurements are. I'm going to, it looks like it's about the same size as what normally you get. But, and he could be a taller guy. And then they have it in black. So, of course, you know, black, gray, dark gray sells really good for me. I hardly ever sell forest. Maroon sells in sometimes. Natural in, you know. Navy will sell. So boom, 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 boom. We got about 4, really for me, 4 or 5 colors to choose from. And then, you know, hey, you may do like a pink, a soft pink. We'll see how it goes. How you guys feeling about that tee right there? How are you guys feeling about that tee? And y'all don't forget that over on Alpha Broder's site, you can order samples. You see the difference in the prices between blank tees and sample tees, like when you're ordering samples. So when you order samples, you can order samples, but you cannot mix samples and a regular order together. So, but you can order samples of things. So I'm gonna go back out of here. See, that's $5.91. You can get the sample, honey, for $4.43, and then you can buy so many samples. I think you can get what? How many samples can you get? Somebody tell me in the comments. Is Cynthia on here? Because I think Cynthia knows. Singles has to do with the softness of the shirt, with how soft it is. District tees, I have a lot of customers who like district tees. I just don't sell district tees, so I normally pretty much guide my customers to what I want them to have. But district has some really nice shirts. They do. It's just not my flavor. I think that the district shirts are a little bit thicker. I've printed on them. I haven't had the times that I have had district t-shirts. So let me clear this up, because I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying district is bad. It's not. District tees, so they have, in district they have 2 different ones. District is affordable. It's just, like, to me, nothing special. right? It's a step B. It's a step. I wouldn't put it in. I'd put it in a good category, right? So we talk about good, better, best. I would say that district T would be in a good category, not like. And when we say good, better, and best, I would throw budget in there. Budget, good, better, best, right? Because I don't really consider a budget tea as being good, y'all. And when I say that, just being that it's just a low, just a more of a like a event tea, something that you would just use for events. But honestly, I no longer even I don't offer the G500s unless a customer asks for it. Now I do it in the heathers because the heathers are different. The regular Gildan shirts are just plain old carded cotton, so it's hard. Right now, when you look at the district shirt, I would say that the district is soft. I wouldn't compare it to a Bella Canvas. I would not compare it to a Next Level. I would probably compare it to like the Next Level, the cheapest shirts that the Next Level carry, which would be like the 1510, the 1540. And ladies, those are just like regular shirts, but they're soft. They're like a cheaper line. What do they have? That L1080. I would compare it to something like that. But the district shirts, and I don't think that they're like super thin either. I don't remember them being super thin, and they print pretty good. They feel pretty good. So I would put it in a good category. You know, and the only reason that I never really bought district is just because I started out. So when I started out printing, I started out with Hanes. And I always use Hanes jerseys. At some point, people started asking me for a lot of Gildan shirts, right? And then Gildan became the thing, and people were asking for Gildan. I was using Gildan and American Apparel. I've always put myself up a level. So I was printing on a lot of American Apparel brand before I started selling. So it was a lot of jerseys, a lot of American Apparel, and a lot of Hanes. The Hanes shirts got smaller and smaller, but people liked Hanes at one time for the beefy tee, right? Now, I'm going to tell y'all this. In my opinion, there's not a shirt out there that really has a better print base than Hanes or than the Hanes t-shirt, because the Hanes t-shirt, it is a hard shirt, but it gives you a tight weave, so ink just lays on it really good, right? So sometimes when you're dealing with the ring spun shirts, depending on the shirt, the ink kind of soaks into the fabric and stuff like that. And so you have to know, like what screens to use, what inks to use, this, how to print it, how to, how to lay your squeegee angle right so you don't get any filtration and all of that stuff. But honestly, the cheaper shirts, even in the Gildan, in this 6 ounce Gildan shirts, the heavier weight the shirt, to me, they print better. As far as having like a brighter look to the print, even on black, have a nice print base. But I love the way that the Hanes shirts print, Hanes and jerseys. And I think there's a video somewhere here on the channel where I did like a Gildan, a Hanes, and a jersey. And I did the same exact white on all 3 shirts, 3 or 4 different brands of shirts. And I showed you guys, and I said, hey, be the judge of what prints better for you. But people like different feels and things like that. And so a lot of people stopped rocking with Hanes because of the cut. Especially a lot of people of color, because the Hanes shirts, they're made really small, right? And they're tight, they're not stretchable. And so you had the problem with ladies and all of that stuff. But the beefy tee sold really well for me for years. The beefy tee sold really well for me. The jerseys, the 50-50 blends, those sold really well for me. And I sold a lot of Fruit of the Loom in the back in the day too. A lot of Fruit of the Loom. And then I started, as my client base went up, right? Because your clients pretty much predict what you're going to sell. So basically, if my clients were asking me for alternative wear or district thread or next level Bella canvas, whatever my clients are asking me for, that's the route that I would go. The only reason that I have never pushed the district line is because I always purchase from from Alpha Broder and Staten Wholesale. And you guys know I love Staten Wholesale. It's not as big as a lot of these companies, but the difference is when I go to Staten and I pick up my stuff, I don't have shortages or like, for example, I've had a couple of issues with Alpha Broder, picking up things and then not having things or stuff like that. So they have some issues there that they need to work out, because I'm pretty sure that if it's happened to me over the years, it's happened to other people. Not to say that companies don't make mistakes, but when you have, these big companies like this and then you get an order, you really need it to be right. On the same accord, I've had the same issue happen to me with Staten when I did North Texas Chevy Dealers, and that was like thousands of shirts, and they gave me the wrong color. And that could have caused me a problem. Just luckily, everything worked out. So, it just depends on who's closer to you and who you promote, because on my website, I'm constantly I promote most of the Alpha Broder stuff because that's the catalog that I use. That's, who I normally go through, them and Staten. So I am excited with the merger of S&S and Alpha Broder, because one of the problems that I have is that I have to have 3 or 4 different catalogs, right? You got to have a catalog for S&S, you got to have a catalog for Sanmar, a catalog for Staten, a catalog for Alpha Broder. And so it's kind of difficult. Like, you don't want to have too much information on your website where you just have like all these product catalogs, because people get confused. And so even with my Alpha Broder catalog, I have kind of shrunk it down, because people will go to my site and they'll say, oh, it's just too much information, right? And if you give people too much information, they're undecisive, or they just say forget it altogether and they just go somewhere else. So I am happy that for that reason, that those 2 catalogs will be combined, But the district threads, the ones that we've gotten, they print it well. They have printed really, really well on the shirts that we've gotten. So we don't know. We'll see how those go. Those are, let me go back over to blanks. And I need to go ahead and put those 34 13s in my cart. Let's see. So I can at least already have them in the shopping cart, y'all, while I'm talking to y'all. Let's see here. Okay, so if you look at this right here, you see the tri-blend right here. This tri-blend is a higher single. It's 40 singles. And so it's a finer yarn. Like, like when you see yarns and those yarns have you see yarns and you have like different sizes in the yarn. Like this might be a thick yarn and a thinner yarn and a thinner yarn. So the thinner yarns are going to be higher in the single count. It's going to be like a finer, I don't even know if I would say thinner, but a finer yarn. So like a 20% singles, 20 singles, you know, it's thicker, a little bit more coarser, because it is a heavyweight shirt. So it makes a lot of sense that they would, you know. But, you know, and the thicker yarns, honestly, are more durable than the thinner yarns. So if you say, hey, I have a 20 singles, of course, and that's where you're going to talk about the weave. When you get that tight weave, especially if you're doing things like inkjet printing, transfers and stuff like that, you're going to get a thicker weave, and it's not going to have as much stretch. So hopefully that helps. Let's see here what I need. In this, I need to get, let me grab my shirt sizes real quick, y'all. Olive green, and just go ahead and throw this stuff in my cart, because this lady called me back and decided she wanted to play ball, so now we are playing ball. So mauve tri-blend, 4, 5, 5, 5. Gray tri-blend, 4, 5, 5, 5, and then add to cart. And then blue tri-blend, which should give me a total of, let's see that there, that's 38 and 30. Yeah, 38 and 38, that should be 76. Let's see here. Make sure I got them all right. 4, 5, 5, 5. Add to cart. Looks like I did not add something to cart. Let's see here. Let me go through here and see. We got gray, olive, and blue. I'm missing something. Gray, olive, blue. I didn't add the mauve then, y'all. Add these mauves to cart, and then I can check out. Okay, so that's 57. Who is that study calling in there on that line? This phone is off, so hold on. That's 19, 19, 19. Let me go over here and look at this card really quickly. Okay, these are the cadet shirts. We got 4, 5, 5, 4. 4, 5, 5, 4. Hold on one second, guys. Hello, this is Latana. Hello, how are you? Okay, I don't know if his phone is on. I will call him, and he was here at my house last night, so I'll give him a call and make sure that he's there tomorrow. What time does he need to be there? At 9. Good. Yeah, he knows. I told him he was trying to go down there on Monday, and I said you're not supposed to be there till the 8th. Yeah, so he knows. Thank you so much for everything. I appreciate it. Bye bye. Okay, guys. Okay. So am I missing something? Because I am short. Am I miscalculating, y'all? 19 times 4. I guess that's 19. That's 20, 20, 20, 20. That would be 80. Am I missing a color? I've got blue, which is 19. I've got gray, which is 19. I've got olive, which is 19. Where is the mauve? The mauve is not coming to the cart. Why? Why is the mauve not coming to the cart? Okay, let's try this again. Mauve and 4, 5. Did those shirts just go on sale, y'all? 4, 5, 5, and 5. Did those mauve just go on sale on me while I was on here? Add that to the cart. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So there we are. We have 476 pieces total. That's what I need in the shopping cart. Okay. So we are going to be good with that. I also need to order some more shirts while I'm in here. You guys are just kind of hanging out with me while I'm kind of doing my thing today. I ordered those. Okay. This is... Okay. So what I like to do is put in my orders for my t-shirts when I am placing orders, getting ready for whatever during the... So this stuff here, what I'll do is throughout the week, I'll just load this up with all the shirt orders that I have and put them all in a shopping cart. So I need to do one more, and then once I do that one, we are done. G640. And then I can just pick them all up at one time or have them all shipped to the house at one time. Black. Blocka, 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 black, 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 black. Oh, no extra smalls. Okay, so that's fine. So we need 3, 10. I cannot tell you guys how many times I have placed orders for shirts and ordered the wrong sizes. So now I go through after I've done it. 5, 5. Okay, so 3 small, 10 medium, 25 large, 25 XL. We should have 10 2X and 3 3X, 10 and 2. So when you start selling shirts or buying shirts or whatever, you want to, one thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you let's just kind of downsize that. You want to make sure that when you're buying shirts that you buy a few extra in each size, like, and then you'll build up your library of shirts, because when you first start printing, sometimes you mess up. We're at the point now where we never really buy extra shirts on anything anymore. And that's just something that comes with experience as you are learning, going through and learning. So I have all of my stuff in. I've got 2 more orders that I need to order shirts for, but I don't know what shirts they're going to use for their jobs yet. So they haven't even said what. They've told me what brand of shirts, but I don't know what color, and I don't know the sizes, and I won't know that for quite some time. So when that happens, you know, It just kind of is what it is. Um, you just don't know. And I'm going to go back over here so that I can get back over here and talk to you guys. So, Keisha, are you still here? Ken, me and Ken was talking this morning, and he told me to tell you, because I know you said that you were having problems, that you're starting to have problems with your white, and I'm glad that Bosscation is coming so that you can come and kind of get your confidence back up, because you, girl, let's have a conversation. You have been printing white now, and I know you have it, because in your videos you say everything that you already know. Like the other day in your video, you were talking about the guy putting all the reducer in there, and Ken said, when I told him, he said, I already went through that. So he's told me to tell you that he wants you to go back to your basics and to start reaching out to him. He says you're on, I think he told me that you're on the Facebook. So he was like, tell her to reach out to me, because a lot of times if you're in the middle of printing, I know sometimes you may not want to reach out to me because I'm doing office work or whatever. And so and then I go to bed with the chickens, right? But then I'm up late, right? And then up early. So, if like sometimes you need print advice, because I tell people all the time, don't sleep on Kenny Boy, right? Because Ken, I don't know nobody that can outprint the dude. So reach out to him, like, and just hit him in the inbox and be like, hey dude, I got such and such that I'm going through, blah blah blah. And then he could give you that information. A lot of times he can get back to you faster than I can, or whatever, hopefully that will help you, because you do such an amazing job. You got this down. I know you got it. And sometimes, sometimes you can hear people say stuff, and I used to do that too. Like, now I just hear people say stuff and I'll be like, oh no. What? That don't make sense. Or, oh, okay, yeah, that, So, but when you first start and you're in, your first 5 years, after 5 years, you got literally 2 more years. Literally 2 more years before can't nobody tell me nothing. That's what you're going to be saying. Right? So that's what you're going to be saying in 2 more years. You're going to be like, can't nobody tell me nothing. Y'all, I washed this shirt. We got to get this in. Remember last year we had the foil. And I bought some foil from GSG, and it was absolutely no good, and we didn't get it to work. So we got to get this foil in this year, because I washed this shirt again, and y'all know I wash this when I wear it. And that, I don't know if y'all can tell, but baby, that foil is still like glistening, and up here the foil still looks great. Down in here you're starting to see the wear out of the foil. Y'all know I like to show y'all. So you see the cracking, and you see that white underbase. That's up underneath there, under the foil, right there. You can see it. But I thought I was actually finna put this shirt on this morning, and I said, no, I'm not gonna wear this one. But I take my shirts and I wash them. I'm actually starting to find like shirts that have been like laying around. I don't have nothing else. We got this one right here. This is one right here, which is, this shirt here doesn't have an underbase or anything with it. Y'all seen it. It was just a one hit on all the colors. And it's on gray, so you can do that. and it's a nice smooth print. This is the type of printing that I like to do. I like for my prints to feel like they are in the shirt. I do not like thick prints, so I love this type of printing. And I pulled this one out. This is an old one too that I pulled out the wash. I try to show you stuff that comes straight out of the wash. So this is one that sometimes we have been wearing. This is actually one of my favorite designs. I like things like this. Smart Rise, they make tools, and this is their logo. I don't know if you guys can really like see the shirts. This job was one of those jobs that, this job right here, y'all, is one of those jobs I will always forever remember. Whenever you do a job that gives you hell, you always remember it. And what I remember about this job is, you see these little lines, because I'm not a fan of underbasing, especially now that we have opaque inks. But there are certain times that you have to do a underbase. This shirt right here, this is the Bella Canvas suede tee. So when you print on it, they did not want a bright white. They wanted more of like a cream color. And so this is white. However, once you really learn like the concept behind printing, and you learn fabrics, and see, you can tell the difference in the color. You know, it's not like a bright white. It looks more of like a, it looks more like a really, really light, like not gray, but more like a beigey, like a very, very, like it's a little itsy bit of yellow in it, but it's not. It's the shirt taking on the color. So this particular shirt right here, we did, this is a one hit as also. This is a one hit. The red is a one hit also. So what we did with this is, this color, I can't remember the name of this red, but this red is not like a bright red. So a lot of times, and this might help y'all with printing too. So a lot of times, if we know that we're going for a darker red on a certain fabric, on this black fabric, the suede tees, they soak in ink. Most of the ring spun shirts, they soak in ink, so you'll lose a shade. So if you have a dark red like this and you go straight onto the shirt with a dark red, you're going to have to do a print flash print. If you have a brighter red, right, and you do a test print, that brighter red, you go back a shade or two. And so you use a brighter red, and then when you lay it on that black, you're going to get that darker red that you were looking for. So hopefully that helps. Now, where we did have to use an underbase is on these itsy beatsy little letters right there, right on that little line. And the reason this is probably like one of the, this is the main reason whenever I use an underbase, it's because of this. Whenever you have like small lettering or very, very small detail, it's almost impossible to leave, it's almost impossible to print this blue and then come back and, or just print like that little white and then lay that blue on top of that white. It's almost impossible to even do the circle and then lay the white on top of the blue. There are times that you can reverse your colors and lay the white on top of the blue. We didn't want to lay the white on top of the blue because we wanted this cream look, right? And had we laid the white on top of the blue, then our white would have taken on more of a blue property in this, and so it would not have given us that cream blue that we're looking for. So we did a solid white circle up underneath it, and then just left that space in the line in that V in the top circle, right? So that the white would show through. Smooth. Look at it. Look at that print. That print is not raised. Now, you see the difference between this one and this here on the back. Now, on this back print right here, we did not have to use an underbase because this white, see that white right there, we did not have to use an underbase because this white is big enough for us to have did this and just had spread the white up underneath there and then lay the blue on top of it, and you can't tell, and it looks just perfectly fine without the underbase. And so this is when you look and you look at the difference, you be like, okay, well, this is a blue. You're looking at, because you're using opaque ink, so you got this blue and you got this blue, and people are like, oh, well, I would think that the blue is going to be brighter, right? But it doesn't always happen that way. A lot of times, instead of hitting one hit, you hit it, you raise it up, you hit it again without the flash. Without the flash. Whenever you hit print, flash, print, then that's when you're going to start getting the thicker inks. And for us, we have, because and especially for you guys too, the people who I train, I teach them to coat their screens a certain way, because I know what works for the proper emulsion over mesh, right? So you have a nice EOM, and you're going to get a nice print and a good little bit of off contact, and you're going to get nice smooth prints like this that are going to wash, and you can see the shirt's kind of dingy and has been washed and worn and all of that stuff. But what happens is you don't have to worry, especially when you're printing manual and maybe you don't have an auto flash. An auto flash is a flash that will turn and boom, it'll hit it, and then and then move, so you don't just have that heat going. So if you don't have like an auto flash and you're printing with a manual flash like me, right, you have to count off in your head as you're going through. You have to temp it as you start. I don't temp anything anymore, but you temp it as you start, and you counting in your head how many numbers it takes you to get to that temp. So it might be 1, 2, 3, 4, and I count like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's normally it. And it also depends on how high, how far you have your shirt from the plate, right? And so whenever we are flashing, we don't have our plate really close, unless you're printing fast. If you're printing a job and you're printing fast, but when you're printing, you're counting off that 7 to 10 seconds for you to flood that screen, drop it down, push it, and you should be turning within that 7 to 10 seconds. And your flash print should never hit more than 200. You say 170 to 200 and you're good every time. And you just have to let that flash heat up. But if you do it that way, you'll end up getting some really nice, awesome prints that look like they came out of the department store, and they're not too thick. You don't have to worry about, oh, did I over cure did I over flash the ink? Because if you fully cure that print, you're screwed, right? You're screwed. And of course, you're gonna test it with the with your underbase, and this is just my personal opinion. When I started printing, we had to use underbases, right? When I started printing, we had to use underbases for most things, when it came to black shirts and things like that. Fast forward 25 years, and you have some very opaque inks that are awesome. And in my shop, we don't use inks that are for light color shirts. We use one ink for, as far as when it comes to most colors. I'm not going to say one ink because we do switch out brands, but we use mainly one type of ink, and our ink will go on, because we're normally printing on cotton, right? We're normally printing on cotton, sometimes cotton poly, sometimes even poly, but then we add additives to our inks to do whatever we need to do. So let's say if we're printing on a polyester shirt, we no longer buy polyester inks, because we'll just add a low cure additive into that ink. The only time that we will buy a polyester ink specifically is if we know that this particular ink is going to dye migrate, and then maybe we need to do a gray base on it, or maybe we need to hit it with a poly blocker or things like that. But for the majority of the time when we're printing, and you know, people can tell you what they want and all of this, but I'm talking about making money, right? And what makes sense. For me, let's say back when we started buying inks, let's say if we would get a quart of ink for $15, then and I don't even know what a quart costs anymore, y'all, because we don't really buy quarts anymore. We buy it in the gallons. But let's say if I was to get a quart of ink for $15 and it was just a regular red that went on light color shirts, and it wasn't an opaque red, it might be $10, and then the opaque red might be $15. So I started buying, when it came to certain colors. Whites have a lot of pigment. Yellows need to be highly pigmented. I would not buy just yellow just for, you know, light color shirts. I buy a yellow that's highly pigmented. Reds, they're going to be highly pigmented. And then, you know, like if I buy blacks, y'all know I like matte blacks and things like that. There are times when I like a shiny black, if I'm going for like that rock star look, but most of the time I like that really matte black, like a, you know. Let's see here. The only reason, so Keisha, you hate the underbase now, you know why? Because you're on one plate. It sucks when you are on one plate, because as I watch your video, the plate is there, the flash is there, the screen is like sitting like right here. Screen is sitting right here, right? And so since the screen is sitting right here, not only is the heat going here and the plate's getting super hot, but then the heat is also going up. And so maybe you didn't think about that, but then you kept doing this where you're turning the flash back and forth, and I know in your mind you're probably like, oh, I don't want it to get too hot, but it's like, okay, you could be messing with the flash itself, with the flash temps, because if you're moving it back and forth, you don't want like this part of the design to hit 110 and this part of the design to hit 170. You want everything to hit at one time. So I would tell you to stop doing that and just to leave the plate, leave the flash over the plate, count it off in your head, and then turn it, right? And turn that dang on screen to the side. But this is all gonna be obsolete because baby, you rocking that 6.5, so you ain't gonna have to be worried about that, because now, you know, pretty soon probably get that thing running this weekend, and by next week or so you'll be able to have the flash set in a place, and you'll be turning the flash, so it'll be you in the print position, you got your flash over there, and then you got a plate here, and you got a plate here, and so it's going to be to cool down by the time it comes back to you. By that time, you'll be done got it right, and you'll be like, okay, when that happens, you'll be like, okay, cool, I'm doing a little bit better. But for those of you guys who are out there, maybe you only have two heads, you have your flash, get you this little bit of cheap fan, like this one. Like maybe that little fan right there, just a little bitty fan, sit it on top of your flash, right? And then when you turn the flash off, the fan turns towards the plate and cools your plate down, and that will help you guys tremendously. That's what we did when we had our flash back in the shop, baby. On that automatic, oh, you don't really over cure anything because it's going to hit and then stop, right? But it will get hot, and so the faster, imagine you printing 600 shirts an hour, And that thing moving, printing, moving, boom, boom. So it's not waiting on the flash. So we would have to have a fan on that next station so that it's cooling down that print so that when that thing is moving, it can keep going and not stick and cure in the shirts, cure in the screens. But yeah, you will love it. You're not waiting long enough. So when you it's just like if you turn on your oven to cook a meal, right? You have to preheat your oven. So what you need to do is you need to let your flash get up to flash temp, because the flash is going to flash cure at, let's say it's going to flash cure at like 170. You need to let your flash get up to like 400, 350 before you even start doing anything. And then go. Me, I don't keep my flash that close to the press unless Ken is printing, because he's rocking and rolling and we're turning. But I normally keep mine probably about like that. So I would say probably about 2 inches. Yeah, you just need to just let it hook up. When you first go in and you know, hey, I'm finna go in and I'm gonna start printing, I would turn my flash on, right? Turn my flash on, take my ink, put my ink on the floor, take my top off my ink, put my ink on the floor, because the flash is way up here, right? And the ink on the floor, and my ink is sitting down there while I'm prepping everything. And then when I come over there, baby, my ink is nice and creamed up and it's ready to go. Boop. That's a boss up right there. That's a boss up right there, y'all. Okay, guys. So that should I'm unfamiliar with what Lee's talking about, but I'm pretty sure that he's probably onto something. So, you know, but yeah, I would not I don't know, because I don't use a viscosity buster. I use curable reducer. So I don't know, and I don't have I honestly don't, we don't have to use a lot of reducer. Like normally the only time that we're going to actually use a reducer in our inks is if those inks are old, they've been sitting out there for a while, the shop is cold, the inks are thick, and we, you know, just need to add a little bit of reducer in there. You don't add it to the whole thing, you just add a little bit. So I don't know, because that's probably something that's new or something that he knows about that I don't. And you know, if that's, and then I also don't know what type of ink he is using either to be able to say that. And a lot of times it depends on what ink you're using. And I got news for y'all. You cannot print, you can't just have one white in your shop. You can't just have one white ink in your shop. And that's something that I would have to explain in another video, because now I gotta run off to a meeting. But this was real cool chatting with y'all, and I'm gonna get up off of here. Hey Mel, I see you, so I'm gonna get on up off of here, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye.